Yeah, that title ain't deceiving me. You read it right. OpenAI. It might not be open for much longer. It might be closed AI by the time next year comes around. Now, that's something that a lot of people have been celebrating over the past year. So if you're on Twitter, then you've probably seen it. But yeah, it looks like OpenAI and their money problems is really starting to catch up with them. And there's a chance that they might not be around next year. And I mean, that's a lot of cheering and applause, and I can't blame people. But I wanted to look into this a little bit more and see what this is about. So let's talk about it. Also, make sure to give this video a like and subscribe to the channel. So yeah, if you were on Twitter yesterday, you saw this that OpenAI is rapidly losing money. Is projected to lose 14 billion in 2026 alone. They can't get another round of funding. OpenAI could run out of money as soon as 2027, which is crazy to think, right? A company spending over 14 billion dollars in 1 year, and they're literally on the verge of potentially just losing all their money. That's that's fucking crazy. I mean, at that point, dog, you're losing that much money. Maybe the things that you try and provide to society isn't as good as you probably think it might be. I talked about a video a couple days ago. This one right here says OpenAI is in trouble, and this video was going over a discussion between OpenAI and the fact that now they're trying to introduce ad tiers into the things that they are promoting. And when it comes to that, it's pretty much like their last Hail Mary, because they made a clip talking about, oh yeah, we have to do this. If we don't, then, you know, this is probably like the end of the straw for us. And well,
I kind of think of ads as like a last resort for us for a business model. I would do it if it meant that was the only way to get everybody in the world like access to great services. But if we can find something that doesn't do that, I'd prefer that.
AKA pretty much what he's saying in actual regular human terms is in order for us to actually still be open, for us to keep making money so that we can actually keep everything running, we need to resort to ads. That's literally what he's saying. He's going to try and reframe it and pose it as, oh, well, you know, our goal has always been to get everyone to use AI, and we need to use it. And, you know, we hate to do this, but unfortunately, the last option for us is going to be to have to start running ads because we want everyone to use AI. And so pretty much his way of saying is, hey, you guys give us money or else we're gonna go broke. Despite the numerous and amounts of funding that this company has had for so long, and then add on to the fact that all these investors are probably not getting the return that they're expecting already, and you can only keep lying to them for so long. It's the same reason why Microsoft had to downplay and they had to scale back in terms of their AI efforts. Yeah, here it is. For those that missed it, last month said Microsoft faces reality check on AI ambitions as Copilot and Foundry struggle to meet goals. It says insiders claim it's scaled back sales quota. Redmond says that's false. Of course, Microsoft's always going to say it's false, but so Microsoft's push to make artificial intelligence the core of its product strategy is running into resistance from the very customers it expected to embrace it. It says multiple Azure sales units fell short of ambitious growth targets tied to Foundry, Microsoft's marketplace for AI models and agent building tools. In response, the company reduced those growth expectations for the current fiscal year, an unusual step for a firm that typically raises quotas annually. The shortfall suggests that enterprise remains hesitant to spend more on AI, even as Microsoft promises more agentic systems as the next major shift in workplace computing. It says that Foundry is essential to Microsoft's vision for autonomous AI agents capable of handling multi-step tasks with minimal oversight. The company pitched these tools as a way for businesses to automate everything from data processing to report writing, and reinforce the message with new Word, Excel, and PowerPoint agents revealed at recent developer events. And it's so annoying to see this stuff because no matter where you go, especially if you use Windows, which is of course going to be a lot of people, right? Do you get like flagged and pushed with so much Microsoft Copilot this, Copilot that, and like, bro, I don't want to use it. I really don't. You don't need to keep pushing it. Just like if you use Chrome, right? You got that stupid little Gemini symbol in the top right corner. Dog, get that garbage out my screen. I don't want to see it. I don't care about your AI. I don't want to embrace your AI. I just want to keep things the way they were without AI. If I was really that desperate and I needed to use AI, I'll just go type into Google and whatever question, if I can't find it, then sure, I guess I would look for AI at that point. But I'm not going to. So to push this on my feed and keep having, hey, you wanna use AI today? Have you thought about using AI today? No. I told you 3 times no. You still keep pushing it. I don't like that. But yeah, Microsoft's also facing heat. But the difference between them and OpenAI is the fact that Microsoft is literally one of the biggest companies in the world, and they just throw money pretty much in the trash all the time. It's the same reason why Xbox can just kind of just shit itself over and over and over. And yes, Microsoft wants money now from that actual the division department, but more or less, that's just like a blimp on their radar. Microsoft does not care about Xbox that much. That means nothing to them because they got so much money that it's just like a drop in a bucket. So yeah, I got a little curious and wanted to look into this a little bit deeper as far as the whole OpenAI stuff goes. And so it says right, according to an external report last year, OpenAI was projected to burn through $8 billion in 2025, rising to $40 billion in 2028. Given that opportunity, reportedly predicts profitability by 2030. It's not hard to do the math. It said Altman's venture project spending 1.4 trillion on data centers. As Sebastian Malaby, economist at the Council of Foreign Relations, knows, even if OpenAI rethinks those lemurous influence promises and pays for others with overvalued shares, there's still a financial chasm to cross. Malaby isn't the only one thinking along these lines, as Bain and Company reported last year that even with the best outlook, there's at least a 800 billion black hole in the industry, which is, yeah, not a surprise to a lot of people, right? OpenAI is literally just throwing money in a fire pit, hoping that eventually, and that's pretty much any company, mind you, any company more or less is a startup. The only reason why a lot of tech companies even keep going at this point in time is because they are promised to investors at some point in time they will get a return on their money, and so they just keep being propped up with cash in hopes that they never not disband or I guess shut down, right? It's the same way that you can look at Discord. Discord, as far as I understand, they don't even make money, well, at least enough to really sustain their profit model, at least enough to sustain their business model, and that's the whole reason why there's a lot of talks of them going public, and then all the other monetization ideas that they were looking at. Discord is one of those companies that eventually will probably go a lot worse before we know it. I would be surprised if it doesn't. But that's a whole nother discussion. But yeah, a lot of these tech companies are always propped up by investors, and that's the reason why they even stay in business. And then the goal is eventually, hey, you keep giving us enough money, eventually we will reach a size where we can have profitability, but you just need to believe in us and our company. But continuing on, says the financial guru contextualizes the situation adeptly, broadly stating that it's not a matter of whether end user AI will become technologically entrenched, but rather the economics of developing it will make sense to a mid to long term. The analyst points out that in theory, investors would bridge the gap between the emergence of great technology and eventual products or profits, except that many AI companies seem to be burning cash far faster than they can generate income. Malaby remarks that the newcomers are in a much worse position than legacy companies like Microsoft or Meta, given that the old timers already had money making businesses before AI came and can literally afford to wait out the necessary period until the clinkers deliver the fruits. According to him, the majority of people are using free services and have no qualms switching to a competitor once their usual bots add ads or usage limits, a fact corroborated by the myriad of options available right now for all sorts of tasks. He sees this as a temporary problem for AI providers, though, and agentic AI becomes more entrenched in daily people's lives. It'll become harder to switch, as the bots should eventually have all your shopping preferences, aspirations, and emotional profile mapped out, perhaps even better than yourself, which is disgusting to say out loud, but that is, of course, the ultimate eventual goal. And that's also what I was talking about earlier, which is, yeah, Microsoft has fucking money, right? Let's be real here. They got so much money that it doesn't even matter. They can do whatever they want and they would be good to go, right? AI is not their main business model. It's more of a side venture. And for OpenAI, AI is literally in their name. That's their entire business model. They don't have AI. They don't have nothing. They have literally no other avenues of revenue. And so they cannot survive and wait things out like other companies will. Like, that's the big thing you need to understand as well too. Even if OpenAI does go away, that doesn't mean that AI just vanishes and disappears. Like, don't get me wrong, I think it's great that OpenAI and them shutting down and, them actually facing the heat and understanding that people just genuinely don't want this, at least the majority at current present time, still to some extent, to where people are at least, they don't want to pay for it. That's at least some win that we can take out of it, right? But it doesn't mean that AI is just now going to vanish if OpenAI was just shut down, right? You still got Microsoft. Microsoft ultimately would probably buy them out. Let's be real here. Or any other competitor. You still got Grok. You still got all that garbage. But I do think this is a step in the right direction to at least signal that AI is not doing as good as these companies wanted to do. But unfortunately, the ultimate reality still, though, is that AI isn't going to just vanish completely if OpenAI just disappears. But yeah, I just want to talk about this because this is still a W in any way that you want to look at it, and I want to talk about it.